everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of the Ruby Red or Precious Gemstones trilogy by Kerstin Gier. So the first book in this trilogy is Ruby Red, the second book is Sapphire Blue, and the third and final book is Emerald Green. So this book is kind of a historical fiction. Some people classify it as that, but I would definitely say it's more so a fantasy. But it tells the story of these two families that have this time-traveling gene, and it kind of skips generations, like it's every few generations or so, and it's supposed to skip over the main character Gwen and go to her cousin, but she ends up unexpectedly traveling back in time, which means that she has this gene, and it's just kind of the story of her figuring out her life as she has this like kind of earth-shattering news that she randomly travels back in time and she has the ability to travel back in time, and it's just kind of about her journey through understanding this. I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense. I'm very, very tired. It's like, I don't know, what time is it? 12 in the morning. I'm tired. I have very mixed feelings about the first book. I read it back in June, and back then I thought it was like a 5 out of 5 star book, but I think that's because I was kind of caught up in the hype about it. There's a ton of hype surrounding this trilogy, but it's just kind of an average book. Like, I think the moment I realized that was someone at work. I was like walking out with that book and they were like, oh, like, is that book good so far? Like, what's happened? And I was like, I don't know. Like, nothing had really happened, so I didn't really have anything to tell them. I just found that the book was pretty boring. It was beautifully written. The characters were awesome. I loved Gwen and Leslie, I think her name was. I really, really liked them. Even Gideon, I liked Gideon. The family was like enjoyable, frustrating, but like funny. And the characters were really what redeemed the book for me. The plot was just kind of the insta love was just so instant, but it does make sense later on in the series, and that's not a spoiler. It does really, like, it's kind of justified. So it does make sense, but like I just felt like apart from the insta love, there was not much to the plot. It was just kind of dull. And I gave Ruby Red 3 out of 5 stars, and then I continued on to Sapphire Blue, and same thing. There was not a lot that happened. One of my major problems with this trilogy is the fact that it takes place, like the whole entire trilogy takes place over a week. Like, I think it's a week, maybe a little bit longer, but like maybe a little bit less too. It's just, I feel like this could have been one book or maybe a duology. Not a lot happened in the second book. I also gave that one 3 out of 5 stars because things kind of started picking up towards the end, like a little bit, and there were the characters again. I really enjoyed the characters, but I just felt like it was just missing something. Like, I don't know. I did really enjoy the writing for the whole trilogy. I'll just mention that now. It's kind of that European writing style, and I really, really did like that. I liked the way that the characters spoke. I enjoyed that. I just felt like until the last book, nothing happened. Like, in the last book, so many things happened. Like, there was so much action, and that's why I think it could have been one book. The last book was really exciting. There were lots of like twists and turns, and I really genuinely enjoyed the last book. I gave that one a 4 out of 5 stars. I just felt like it could have been 1 or 2 books. It just wasn't that exciting. And even with, this book was originally written in German and then translated into English. And even with the movie, which is in German, I watched the movie, and basically the movie covers the whole entire trilogy, which I think when you make one movie to cover an entire trilogy really says something about the lack of action that happened in the other 2 books. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy this trilogy, because I really did. I just feel like the first 2 books were kind of unnecessary, kind of filler, and I just was underwhelmed. I just didn't think a lot of things happened, but I did really, really enjoy this series. I enjoyed the trilogy as a whole. I really liked the last book. I just felt like there was a lack of action in the first 2, so don't get mad at me. I think that's all I have to say about this trilogy. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Overall, I would recommend it. Just if you're looking for something action-packed and quick, I would not say this is the book for you, because it's definitely not action-packed. I think the last book is worth it though. I mean, you get to meet all the characters, and the characters are really, really awesome. I think they kind of make the first two more enjoyable and worth it to read, so then you can get to the last book, because personally I thought the last book was the best. Overall, I think I would give this series a 3 stars. I think I did really enjoy the last book, as I've said, like maybe a 3.5, but I just think since 2 out of 3 weren't that good, I think a 3 would be fair. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!